When clients come to me asking to implement RBQM, ICHE 6R3, or audit trail analytics, there's a handful of conversations that typically happen. So the first level, they are asking for a tool, guidance, and training. And I'm sure this has happened to you as well, right? Just give me a tool, preferably AI, and a little bit of guidance and training, and we'll be good to go. And what we find when people try to implement these complicated seed changes this way is that this is a very shallow approach and that typically it doesn't work very well, right? For a number of reasons. So if you'd like to go deeper and understand what does work, having worked with many clients over many years, what we have found is that there's three critical outcomes that you need to have in order to implement a change like R3 or audit trail analytics successfully. The first is proportional focus. You need to understand what are your critical processes and data that need to be reviewed, and are you focusing on those or trying to address everything? The second is you need a validated analytics stack. How do you create reproducible, relevant answers to the questions and address the risks that you've identified in proportional focus? And then the third one is seamless operations. You cannot implement another tool system process that just has friction between each of the steps, right? If you have, if your process or your implementation involves Excel trackers or moving data from one system to another, you need to remove the friction between the tools and the teams that are trying to do this work. So my question is, if you had proportional focus, if you knew what were the critical processes and data that you needed to review, you had developed validated analytics stacks, which includes where's my data coming from and what is my analytics system. And then finally, you've implemented seamless operations so you don't have friction between the people trying to do the work and the tools they're doing the work in. How would that change your organization? But we truly believe that there's actually one layer deeper, and that transformational leaders in the clinical data science space truly deserve to have confidence built on context. And what do we mean by that? We mean that you're confident in the analysis and your ability to produce fit for purpose data, and it's built on the context within that clinical trial on what is critical, what is relevant, and what do you need to do, again, to deliver fit for purpose data on your clinical trials over and over and over again. We are so convinced that what is needed here, this confidence built on context, that we have developed a process that we call critical clarity by design, where we help you walk through what are the steps necessary to get proportional focus, validated analytics, and seamless operations. Interested in learning more, please book a no obligation meeting at the link below, and we can talk further. Thank you.